Well, today marks 10 years since the mass shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary in Newtown, Connecticut, where 20 children and 6 educators were murdered by a man with an assault rifle.
Since then, there have been more than 4,000 mass shootings in the United States. Nikki Batiste sat down with 2 parents who each lost a child and are fighting to make schools safer.
The morning of December 14th, 2012 would be the last time Nicole Hockley and Mark Barden ever saw their youngest children, 6-year-old Dylan Hockley and 7-year-old Daniel Barden.
Dylan was this gorgeous little boy with these gigantic blue eyes. He was just an absolute joy. I still can't wrap my head around that it's 10 years.
On the last day of Daniel's life, he asked me to show him something on the piano. So I taught him how to play Jingle Bells. That was in the last few hours of his life.
1 month later, they helped launch Sandy Hook Promise, a nonprofit focused on protecting America's children from gun violence.
Look for warning signs and threats.
Its Know the Signs programs teach children and adults how to identify at-risk behaviors and intervene to get help. More than 23,000 schools nationwide use the programs, which the group says have helped stop at least 11 credible planned school shooting attacks.
We're focused on what we call upstream violence prevention. How do we, at the earlier end of that scale, intervene and get help?
They found an ally in Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy.
For me, the last 10 years has been about trying to rattle this country.
A new study shows the U.S. has reached its highest number of gun deaths in nearly 30 years, with a recent 20% jump. And since Sandy Hook, there have been more than 4,200 mass shootings, 38 of them at schools. Earlier this year, the bipartisan Safer Communities Act was signed into law, 1 month after 19 students and 2 teachers were murdered at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas.
Find a path forward here.
Murphy and Republican Senator John Cornyn from Texas wrote the legislation. It's the most significant gun-related law in 30 years and includes enhanced background checks for people 18 to 21. It also invests money in mental health resources and red flag laws, which led authorities to take guns from people deemed dangerous. Is it enough?
It doesn't solve the epidemic, but it saves thousands of lives.
Has your work and this journey you took on together helped in the healing process?
That's a tough one. Yes. I mean, short answer, yes.
It's helping because it's providing a legacy and impact and change, but it's also constantly re-traumatizing.
Both want people to remember how their sons' lives were violently ended and make sure it never happens to any child ever again.
And there have been gun control changes at the state level as well since Sandy Hook. The number of states requiring background checks on all handgun sales went from 14 to 21. 17 states added red flag laws, which Florida does have. 6 states have also banned assault rifles.